What if a single phone call could completely change the future of the Cleveland Browns? That's exactly the scenario unfolding now. Sean McDermott, the long-tenured, disciplined, and defensive-minded head coach recently fired by the Buffalo Bills, is suddenly available, and reports suggest he's interested in coaching Shedeur Sanders. The NFL coaching market has been shaken overnight. Cleveland finds itself at a crossroads. Hesitate and they risk missing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Act and they could pair one of the league's most respected coaches with a young quarterback already turning heads. Sanders isn't just another rookie. He's poised, confident, and mentally sharp, processing the game faster than most veterans. Pairing his talent with McDermott's structure and accountability could be the formula Cleveland has been chasing for years. This isn't speculation, it's a real chance to reset the franchise's direction, and the clock is ticking. The NFL coaching landscape just shifted overnight, and Cleveland is at the center of the storm. Sean McDermott, Buffalo Bills' long-tenured head coach, has been fired, and that single move sent shockwaves through the league. This isn't just another coaching change. McDermott is known for structure, discipline, and defensive toughness, but more importantly, he knows how to develop quarterbacks under pressure. For the Browns, who have struggled for stability and consistency for years, this suddenly becomes a rare, game-changing opportunity. Reports indicate McDermott is intrigued by the idea of coaching Shedeur Sanders, Cleveland's young quarterback who's already showing remarkable poise, confidence, and decision-making. Pairing a proven coach with a rising star isn't hype, it's strategic logic. The Browns aren't chasing headlines, they're searching for fit, leadership, and a sustainable path forward. Front office executives Jimmy Haslam and Andrew Barry now have to act fast. Hesitation could cost them a coach of McDermott's caliber, someone who has consistently won with Buffalo, racked up multiple division titles, and led a team through high-pressure playoff situations. Other teams with young quarterbacks will be calling too, but Cleveland has a unique window to reset their franchise direction in one decisive move. McDermott isn't just a veteran name on the market, he's a proven builder of teams. He brings credibility, a clear football identity, and an ability to demand accountability without stifling talent. Pairing him with Shedeur Sanders creates a synergy that could transform Cleveland into a perennial playoff contender. Sanders isn't just talented, he's influencing defenses, commanding attention, and elevating the offense already. McDermott's respect for his tools and his ability to amplify them could unlock the quarterback's full potential. This isn't about reacting to a firing, it's about strategic foresight. Cleveland has an opportunity to move beyond short-term fixes, pairing leadership, talent, and culture in a way that few franchises get to experience. A coach like McDermott hitting free agency doesn't happen often. For a young quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, it could be the defining partnership of his career. The clock is ticking and Cleveland needs to decide. Will they seize this chance or watch from the sidelines as another team potentially changes their trajectory? Shedeur Sanders isn't just a young quarterback making plays, he's a quarterback who forces the game to adapt around him. In his first few starts, defenses have already had to rethink coverages, shift schemes, and adjust on the fly. That kind of impact isn't common for a 23-year-old. Sanders plays with a rare combination of calm, confidence, and mental acuity. He doesn't just react to chaos, he thrives in it. This is the kind of quarterback who can elevate a team beyond individual talent, who can transform the entire offense with his presence. What sets Sanders apart is more than his arm or his stats. It's his understanding of timing, his ability to read defenses, and his composure when stakes are high. Analysts and fans alike are noticing how he stays ahead of the game mentally, often anticipating pressure before it arrives. This isn't rookie luck, it's the mark of a player with franchise-caliber potential. Reports claim that top coaches, including Sean McDermott, are already taking note. For McDermott, Sanders isn't just another quarterback, he's the type of player a coach can develop into a consistent winner. That's critical for Cleveland, a team that has cycled through quarterbacks and coaching philosophies for years. Pairing Sanders with a coach who understands quarterback development, accountability, and pressure management could accelerate his growth dramatically. Some fans believe this is exactly the turning point the Browns have needed. A young, disciplined quarterback like Sanders, matched with a structured, experienced coach, creates a blueprint for sustained success. The goal isn't flashiness, it's stability, preparation, and culture. When a player like Sanders is paired with someone who respects his abilities and provides guidance without micromanaging, the ceiling becomes nearly limitless. The whispers around the league suggest other franchises with young quarterbacks are circling, but Cleveland has a rare advantage. Sanders is already showing leadership, awareness, and command at a stage when many rookies are still finding their footing. Every snap, every read, and every touchdown reinforces his potential. When you combine that with a coach who can amplify those traits, you're not just planning for the next season, you're building a foundation for years of contention. This is why the Browns can't hesitate. Sanders' growth trajectory is clear, and the right leadership could transform potential into dominance. Every decision matters, every call counts, and the NFL world is watching closely. Pairing Sanders with McDermott isn't just strategic, it could redefine the future of this franchise. Sean McDermott isn't just a name on the coaching carousel, he's a proven architect of winning teams. Nearly a decade with the Buffalo Bills, close to 100 regular season wins, multiple playoff appearances, and 5 straight division titles. That kind of consistency doesn't happen by accident. McDermott builds teams with structure, discipline, and accountability, and he knows how to develop quarterbacks under pressure. For Cleveland, that's exactly what's missing. The Browns have struggled to find long-term stability, cycling through coaches and schemes without establishing a clear identity. Kevin Stefanski brought some organization, but results have been uneven. McDermott brings clarity. His defensive background and quarterback experience make him uniquely qualified to protect and develop a young passer like Shedeur Sanders. This isn't about winning immediately, it's about creating a sustainable winning culture. Reports suggest McDermott is intrigued by the idea of coaching Sanders. That mutual interest is critical. A coach who genuinely believes in his quarterback can unlock potential far faster than any system alone. McDermott has already guided Josh Allen, transforming raw talent into elite performance. Imagine that same mentorship applied to Sanders, who already shows composure, football IQ, and leadership beyond his years. Beyond on-field skills, McDermott demands preparation, accountability, and mental toughness. He isn't a micromanager, but he knows how to push players to excel without crushing confidence. That balance is rare in the NFL and precisely what the Browns need. Pairing McDermott's leadership with Sanders' natural command creates a synergy that could redefine this franchise. The ripple effect is immediate. Other teams with young quarterbacks are watching closely, but Cleveland has a first-mover advantage. Hesitation could cost them a transformative coach-player combination. McDermott isn't just a stopgap or a placeholder, he's the kind of coach who can instill a winning identity and create a culture of accountability. That's the kind of leadership that can change the trajectory of a team in one move. Some fans believe this pairing could finally end the Browns' cycle of short-term thinking and underwhelming playoff exits. McDermott brings credibility, experience, and a football philosophy that aligns with Cleveland's future. If the Browns act decisively, they're not just hearing a coach, they're building a foundation. The combination of a disciplined, experienced leader with a rising star quarterback isn't hypothetical. It's the blueprint for sustained success. Time is critical. In the NFL, opportunities like this don't linger. The Browns have the chance to secure a head coach who complements their young quarterback perfectly. Acting now could transform potential into dominance and finally give Cleveland the direction it has been chasing for years. Sean McDermott hitting the open market didn't just affect Buffalo or Cleveland, it sent shockwaves across the entire NFL. Teams had already committed, interviews scheduled, and coaching plans in motion. Suddenly, the landscape changed overnight. Jobs that once seemed settled are now uncertain, and front offices are scrambling to reassess. John Harbaugh, Kevin Stefanski, and other top candidates suddenly find themselves reevaluating decisions they made weeks ago. The ripple effect is massive. Coaches who thought they were off the radar for high-profile positions are now reconsidering moves, while teams with young quarterbacks are watching McDermott's availability with intense interest. This is the kind of market disruption that doesn't come often in football. McDermott isn't just another coach, he's a highly respected veteran with a proven track record. That makes him a coveted candidate, and Cleveland sits in a prime position to act fast. Hesitation could allow another franchise with a young quarterback to swoop in, leaving the Browns with regret. Beyond the strategic considerations, the psychology of this shakeup matters. McDermott's exit from Buffalo reminds teams how quickly things can shift in the NFL. A single firing can completely rearrange priorities, force unexpected conversations, and spark new rivalries. Analysts are already whispering about which teams will benefit and which will miss their shot. For Cleveland, the timing is everything. Pairing McDermott with Shedeur Sanders isn't just smart, it's urgent. The Browns have the chance to step ahead of the pack, secure a coach who aligns perfectly with their quarterback's growth, and reshape the franchise narrative. This is a rare opportunity, one that won't wait for deliberation. Other teams will make calls, but Cleveland's advantage is clear. The combination of a disciplined, experienced coach and a talented young quarterback can set the foundation for long-term success. This isn't speculation, it's strategy. Every franchise knows the value of timing in the NFL, and missing out on a coach like McDermott could leave the Browns stuck in the cycle they've tried to escape for years. Reports suggest McDermott is intrigued by the idea of coaching Sanders. That interest adds urgency. When a top-tier coach shows genuine alignment with a young quarterback, front offices don't wait. Cleveland has the chance to act decisively to make a statement to fans, analysts, and the league. The coaching carousel isn't just moving, it's spinning out of control. Teams need to adapt fast or they risk being left behind. For the Browns, this is more than a hire, it's a turning point. Acting quickly could not only secure McDermott but also signal a commitment to a quarterback-centered rebuild that finally ends years of uncertainty and missed potential. Shedeur Sanders isn't just another young quarterback, he's already redefining how Cleveland's offense operates. Analysts, fans, and even opposing coaches are taking note. His calm under pressure, rapid processing of defensive schemes, and ability to elevate his teammates make him stand out in a league full of hype-driven prospects. This is the kind of quarterback that doesn't just manage games, he influences them. Reports suggest that McDermott sees more than just potential in Shedeur. He sees a quarterback who can change the rhythm of a game, force defenses to adjust, and create opportunities that weren't there before. For a veteran defensive-minded coach like McDermott, that's high praise. These are the coaches who study QBs to shut them down, not to hype them up. If McDermott calls a quarterback dangerous, that word carries weight across locker rooms and league circles. Shedeur's style is deliberate, calculated, and confident. He doesn't panic when the pocket collapses, and he reads coverages faster than most seasoned veterans. But what makes him exceptional is his ability to learn and adapt. Mistakes aren't setbacks, they're lessons. Combine that mindset with McDermott's structured, disciplined approach, and you get a partnership built for growth and consistency. Cleveland has long searched for stability at quarterback and leadership on the sidelines. Shedeur provides the former, McDermott provides the latter. Together, they could finally break the Browns free from years of middling results and indecision. Other teams may have flashy names or headline-grabbing QBs, but the synergy between a coach who understands development and a quarterback ready to absorb it is rare and priceless. The reports emphasize that Shedeur doesn't just play, he elevates the entire offense. Opposing defenses adjust to him and his teammates respond. That's not something you teach overnight, it's innate talent combined with football IQ. McDermott understands that, and it's clear why he's intrigued by the potential pairing. This isn't a gamble, it's a calculated move to maximize talent and minimize wasted years. For Cleveland fans, the narrative is shifting. The conversation isn't just about wins and losses, it's about building something sustainable, a team that grows together under leadership that demands excellence. Shedeur Sanders isn't a placeholder, he's a cornerstone. And with a coach like McDermott ready to guide him, the Browns could finally see the kind of playoff consistency they've chased for decades. Every moment Shedeur spends in the pocket under McDermott's guidance isn't just practice, it's preparation for a franchise-altering future. The combination of talent, poise, and mentorship is the missing piece Cleveland has waited for. Hesitation isn't just risky, it's costly. The Cleveland Browns are at a crossroads, and hesitation could cost them more than just a season. It could cost them a decade of opportunity. Sean McDermott becoming available isn't a routine coaching shuffle. It's a rare chance to pair a proven head coach with a quarterback already showing elite promise. Every day they wait, other teams with young quarterbacks are making calls, exploring the same possibilities, and positioning themselves to strike first. McDermott's track record in Buffalo speaks volumes. Nearly a decade at the helm, close to 100 regular season wins, multiple playoff appearances, and 5 straight division titles, that's not luck. It's disciplined coaching, leadership, and an ability to build a culture where players grow under pressure. Pair that with Shedeur Sanders, a quarterback who is calm, confident, and mentally ahead of his years, and you have a combination that can reshape a franchise almost instantly. Reports suggest McDermott respects Shedeur's talent and sees him as a player who can elevate an entire offense. This is more than praise, it's a blueprint for success. For Cleveland, acting now isn't about chasing headlines or reacting to the market, it's about seizing a strategic advantage. A coach of McDermott's caliber doesn't hit free agency often, and when he does, smart organizations move fast. The Browns have been stuck in cycles of mediocrity, settling for coaches who manage rather than lead, quarterbacks who survive rather than thrive. Shedeur Sanders and Sean McDermott together represent a chance to break that pattern. The window is narrow, and every pause gives rivals a chance to swoop in. Analysts and insiders have already highlighted how this pairing could turn Cleveland into a yearly playoff contender not someday, but immediately. Cleveland fans aren't asking for miracles, they're asking for leadership, clarity, and growth. Hesitation sends the wrong signal. It tells the league that the Browns are still unsure about commitment, that they're reactive rather than proactive. McDermott's willingness to coach Shedeur is a green light, a rare alignment of coach and quarterback philosophy that doesn't come often. Front offices, media circles, and fan bases are all watching. This isn't speculation, it's a decision point. Every moment the Browns delay, the risk of losing McDermott to another team grows, and once that chance is gone, the narrative shifts. Cleveland would be left questioning what might have been, while other teams capitalize on the rare opportunity to secure both leadership and quarterback talent at the same time. The takeaway is simple. This is a moment that demands boldness, clarity, and speed. For the Browns, moving decisively could finally provide stability, growth, and a legitimate path to playoff relevance. Waiting isn't just risky, it's potentially franchise-altering. Sean McDermott's coaching resume isn't just impressive on paper, it's a blueprint for consistency, structure, and winning culture. Nearly a decade leading the Buffalo Bills, he transformed a struggling franchise into a perennial contender. Close to 100 regular season wins, 5 straight division titles, and multiple playoff appearances speak louder than hype. This wasn't luck or a fluke season. It was disciplined preparation, clear leadership, and the ability to get the most out of his players year after year. Buffalo wasn't always easy. The Bills faced tough divisions, brutal matchups, and pressure-packed games, yet McDermott kept his teams competitive. Even playoff losses, often by narrow margins or controversial calls, don't erase his impact. He didn't just manage games, he built teams with accountability, toughness, and structure. That's the kind of leadership Cleveland has been chasing for years. What makes this record even more relevant is his work with elite quarterbacks. McDermott helped develop Josh Allen, one of the NFL's brightest talents, from a raw prospect into a franchise leader capable of taking over games. He understands the delicate balance of pressure and support, guiding quarterbacks through high-stakes situations while maintaining locker room cohesion. That experience is exactly what Cleveland needs with Shedeur Sanders, a young quarterback already showing composure and advanced football IQ. Beyond stats and wins, McDermott brings credibility. His reputation in the league commands respect, and his ability to maintain culture and consistency is rare. For teams chasing stability, those intangibles matter as much as X's and O's. Cleveland hasn't had the luxury of pairing a proven head coach with a quarterback on the rise until now. Reports indicate McDermott isn't just available, he's intrigued by Shedeur Sanders' potential. This isn't casual interest. McDermott has studied quarterbacks, understands how their decisions shift an offense, and knows when to push and when to protect growth. That mindset aligns perfectly with a young, confident quarterback who thrives under structured leadership. For the Browns, this isn't about nostalgia or chasing former glories. It's about pairing proven coaching acumen with a quarterback capable of elevating an entire team. McDermott's history shows he builds winning teams, develops quarterbacks, and maintains culture under pressure. Those aren't theoretical skills, they're proven outcomes. Cleveland is at a rare inflection point. McDermott's track record offers clarity, credibility, and the type of leadership that can transform potential into consistent results. Waiting could mean missing the opportunity to pair experience with emerging talent, but acting decisively could finally give the Browns the stability and direction they've long sought. Shedeur Sanders isn't just another young quarterback. He's the type of player who forces defenses to rethink, adjusts on the fly, and elevates the entire offense the moment he steps on the field. At just 23, he demonstrates a rare combination of poise, intelligence, and confidence. He doesn't panic under pressure, he thrives in it. Every snap, every read shows a quarterback already thinking like a veteran, yet still hungry to grow. Pairing a talent like Shedeur with a coach of Sean McDermott's caliber isn't coincidence, it's strategy. McDermott sees more than arm strength or highlight throws. He evaluates timing, leadership, and how a quarterback influences the game around him. When McDermott labels a young quarterback dangerous, it's not generic praise, it's validation. He respects Shedeur's tools, his decision-making, and the subtle ways he shifts the offense. That kind of respect from a defensive-minded coach carries weight in the NFL. Cleveland's current quarterback situation highlights the urgency. The team isn't looking for a placeholder, they're searching for a leader who can transform the franchise. Shedeur already shows command over the huddle, a clear understanding of reads, and the ability to stay calm when chaos hits. He doesn't need gimmicks or constant protection, he needs structure, accountability, and a coach who believes in his ceiling. McDermott fits that mold perfectly. Reports suggest McDermott is intrigued by Shedeur's potential, which signals alignment on vision and philosophy. A young quarterback paired with a disciplined, experienced coach can accelerate development while avoiding common rookie pitfalls. Shedeur won't just survive under McDermott, he will thrive. Their synergy could quickly elevate Cleveland from inconsistent playoff hopefuls to a team with real championship aspirations. For fans and analysts alike, the combination is tantalizing. Imagine Shedeur Sanders at the helm, supported by McDermott's proven leadership. Every game would be structured, disciplined, and competitive. The Browns would gain a quarterback-coach duo who pushes each other to their highest level, a partnership capable of creating sustainable success rather than fleeting excitement. This isn't speculation, it's football logic. The tools are there, the coach is available, and the opportunity is rare. Cleveland can't afford to wait. Aligning Shedeur Sanders with Sean McDermott isn't just a move, it could reshape the franchise for years. Stability, leadership, and talent converge in one decision. The Browns have a moment to change their trajectory. One bold call could define a generation.